Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Jitender's Biology.
Diversity of cells. Diversity in what? Cells. See, the cells are of diversified. That means the cells are not same. They have different shapes, different structures, different functions, and their number also different. That means if you take the cells are of having a different sizes and different structures and different shapes as well as different functions also. So in that manner they have the different sizes, structures, shapes and functions. So as well as depending upon the presence of cells, presence of what are cells, the organisms has been classified into two types. Organisms has been classified into two types. They are, first one, unicellular organisms. In this only meaning, uni means single or one. Singular what na? One. Cellular means nothing but cell. That means an organisms which are made up of with a single cell are called what? Unicellular organisms. Examples for this unicellular organisms, what are they? Amoeba, okay, paramecium, as well as a chlamydomonas, etc. Whereas second type of organisms are called as a multicellular organisms. Multi means what? Many. Cellular means nothing but what? Cells. That is the organisms which are made up of more than one cell. Made up with more than one cell is called as a multicellular organisms. Example for multicellular organisms are what? Plants, animals, human beings, even we also comes under this, humans, etc. will comes under this. So understood children? That is, there are two types of organisms, unicellular as well as a multicellular. Unicellular made up with what? Single cell. Multicellular made up with what? Many cells. Amoeba is a shapeless organism. Very simple, a rough diagram. If you take like this, it will be having in the center nucleus. Paramecium will be just like a slipper animal clue. Like this, cilia will have their body. The cilia will present over their body, and central nucleus will be. Chlamydomonas will be having a like this structure. Okay, and so like this, rough diagrams of that. Understood children? Next, coming into that is about another organisms. For example, especially discussed about the amoeba. We discussed about what? Amoeba. You take amoeba is an organism which belongs to the phylum called as Protozoa. What is this phylum means? You can come to know about the phylums in the next 9th class children. So, and this Protozoa, and it is a unicellular organisms, that is made up of with only a single cell. And moreover, if amoeba is a shapeless organism, it is a shapeless organism. That means it won't have in a particular shape. Why it is not having a particular shape means, for example, Anna, you take amoeba, this amoeba will be having a extended like this tube-like structures are present. These tube-like structures are nothing but these tube-like structures which are present. These are called as nothing but pseudopodia. They are called what, Anna? Pseudopodia. And these pseudo means false, Nana. Pseudo means what? False. Very, very important, you have to remember. And podia means what? Feet or legs. That is a false feet they have. For example, if it has been seen the food here, then that pseudopodia will be extended toward this. If see the food here, the pseudopodia will be extended toward this. That means according to the availability of food, it will be extending its. For example, think this amoeba is like this. The food is in this direction, so it will be extends its pseudopodia like this, and it moves in this direction. And then it engulf means it swallows that food and it can digest that food. So that's why it will be extending its pseudopodia in this direction, then it will take the shape of in this direction. If the food is available in this direction, it will extend the pseudopodia in this direction. So in which direction it availability of food is there, in which direction you want to show the locomotion. Locomotion means movement. So in that direction they extending the pseudopodia. That is the reason they won't have a particular shape. So that's why amoeba is a shapeless organism. Shapeless organism. And moreover, children, the cells are very tiny. So actually majority of the cells are very tiny, Nana. Very tiny. We can see only, we cannot see with the help of naked eye. They can be seen only with the help of that is a microscope, Nana. They can be seen with the help of what? Microscope. And which that is example 0.1 to 0.2 that is nanometers. That is example what? Bacteria. Bacteria is having how much, Nana? That is size of 0.1 to 0.2 nanometers in size. There are certain cells which are very bigger in size. For example, that is the smallest. That is the smallest cell, Nana. This. Who is that? Bacterial cell. You take the longest cell is also there. The longest cell. What is that longest cell? Means nothing but having the 90 to 100 centimeters in size. Example what, Nana? Our nerve cell. Example what? Our nerve cell. And this is also a largest cell. It is longest and it is the largest cell. What is that largest cell? The largest cell is having the 17 into 18 centimeters in a length and breadth. That is 17 centimeters length and 18 centimeters breadth. That is ostrich egg. What is that, Nana? Ostrich egg. That is, what is this? It is the largest unicellular cell, Nana. It is the largest unicellular cell. What is the meaning of that? Means actually this much big size it is, but it is made up with only one cell. So the largest unicellular cell is what, Nana? That is ostrich egg. And the longest cell is nothing but our human nervous system. That is nerve cell. Whereas the smallest cell is bacteria 0.1 to 0.2 nanometers. And nerve cell 90 to 100 centimeters. Largest cell of this ostrich egg is 17 into 18 centimeters. Understood, Nana? And moreover, that is sizes are different. I told different sizes. Sizes are different now. And I told structures are also different. They have the different. For example, you take amoeba is a irregular shape, or we can say it as a amoeboid shape. And you take paramecium is just like a slipper animal shape. So like this. And next, functions also different. In the beginning only I told different cells will have different functions. Example, skin cell will have the function of that is the skin's excretion of sweat. Whereas that is the digestive cells function useful for the process of digestion. So cells are diversified like this. In the shape maybe, or in the structure maybe, or in the function maybe, or it may be in the size. But not only this, they also diversified in their number also. Not only shapes, Nana, they also diversified in their numbers also. Okay, just now told some of the organisms have only one cell, some of the organisms have the plenty of the cells. For example, you take, Nana, that is the largest animal on the earth is just like a blue whale or elephant. On earth, if you take that is elephant. In the water, you take a blue whale. Such organisms are that much huge, but their cells number may be more. But you take all are same. If you take a tiny organism or it may be a large organism, all are made up with the cell only. So thereby we can say cell is the basic unit of life. So the size of the organisms cannot be depending upon the that is the size of the cell, Nana. Size of the cell it not decides the size of the organism. The number of cells will decide the size of the organism and functions of the organism and shape of the organism and structure of the organism. So the number of cells are very important in every organism, and whatever it may be unicellular organism or multicellular organisms, that cell itself is acting as a nothing but basic unit of life. For the formation of life, cell is only the basic major basic unit for the formation of life. Okay, Nana. Now we are going to know about activity 7. Activity 7, that is nothing but knowing about different types of human cells. Different types of what? Human cells. First you take, this is a smooth muscle, Nana. That is a smooth muscle present in the blood vessels as well as in the intestines. And next, this is a stripped muscle cells which is present in where? In our hands and legs. And next, these two comes under the muscular system. When you come to here, this is a bone cell which is present in the bones, Nana. That is a connective tissue. Next you take these five. What are they? Lymphocytes, which have a kidney shaped nucleus. Monocytes, a circular nucleus. And you take basophils, this is S shaped nucleus. Neutrophils, which have 5 to 6 lobed nucleus. And eosinophils, these are have 2 lobed nucleus. All these 5 together called as white blood cells. That is a WBC, in a shortcut we call. These two are called as the RBC cells. RBC cells either biconcave in shape or circular in shape. Biconcave or circular. They won't have the nucleus and they won't have any other structure. Only cytoplasm is present inside that. And next, this one is called a nerve cell. This nerve cells comes under what? Nervous system. And these all are the human being cells. But this only one cell, that is a chlamydomonas, which is not a human being cell, Nana. But here in the last video I did not say you clearly, that's why I wrote here. That is nothing but this chlamydomonas is a one type of organism which comes under the, lives in the water. Water. Okay friends, now we are going to know about, up to now we saw the different types of human being cells. Now we are going to know about a table is there in your textbook. You see the table, that is RBC, muscle cells, nerve cell, bone cells as well WBC cells given in your textbook. And he told you to fill these columns. Fill these columns. What is that? Shape of the cell and name of the parts observed in it. In that you take RBC cells, how they are? Circular and biconcave in shape. What are the parts which are present in that? Cell membrane as well as the cytoplasm. That you know that RBC cells comes under which tissue? Blood tissue. Next, muscle cells, it is how they are? Elongated, cylindrical. Name of the parts what are present in that? Nucleus are present, myofibrils are present, and it comes under the muscular tissue. And you take nerve cell, it is a branched tree-like structure, and it is parts of cyton, dendroids and axon, it comes under the nervous tissue. And you take a bone cell, it is cuboidal in shape or star shaped, and it is having nucleus, cell membrane, mitochondria, and it comes under the connective tissue. And you take a WBC cell, that is white blood cell, they are irregular or circular in shape, they have nucleus and cytoplasm, cell membrane, and it comes under the blood tissue. So this is about that. And now you take small activities given, activity 6, in that observation of cells in the leaf. Observation of cells in the what? In the leaf. You take a grass leaf and tear it into equal halves and take a thin section, keep it up on the slide, and you pour the water drops and you keep a cover slip and observe under the microscope and draw your observation how the cells are visible. Next, you take a Tridax stem or a spinach stem. It is also called a gaddi chamanti in Telugu. What is that? Gaddi chamanti. Okay, it have a long stalk and upper will be a small, like a chrysanthemum flower, small, marigold like flower will be there. That is called a Tridax. And this Tridax stem, you cut a small thin section of the stem and keep up on the slide, say mount upon, with the help of water, you mount a cover slip over that and you observe under the microscope. You are able to see the tissues like that. The outermost cells comes under the dermal tissue, which gives the protection for the plant tissues. Next, you take the remaining what is meristematic tissue, that is useful for the growth and development of this plant tissue. Next one is the ground tissue. This ground tissue is useful for the giving the packing of other materials and useful for photosynthetic activity, giving the flexibility, rigidity for the plant cells. Various functions are there. And moreover, last one is the fourth type of tissue, that is the phloem and xylem. This phloem and xylem collectively called as vascular tissue. Phloem tissue useful for conduction of food materials, whereas the xylem tissue useful for conduction of water and minerals.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.